Yesterday, the 7th of July, the owners of Bluegoose announced that they're going to be closing down the server at the end of the month, at the 31st. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you everything I've done on the server, and at the end of the month, I plan to upload a video of all of us getting together so that we can discuss our favorite parts of the server, our favorite memories, basically just I'm not going to do that to you again. That's mighty annoying. But I think what we need to do is maybe try and document everything that happened on the not everything that happened on the server, but maybe my builds and some of my friends' builds, like Pure Mountain Water and Ivory Patchwork. Those two, I helped with their builds in some very small ways, and I would definitely like to show off what they've done because it is very impressive. So, without further ado, let's get on to my work. So I guess this is where it started. I teleported to somewhere around here, and immediately I came over here. I decided I was going to build a small shelter right in here, and this is where I'd have all my storage, and I had furnaces, and I got the ender chest and all this stuff here. I've since come back and stolen a bunch of it. Like, I'm pretty sure all of this is gone by now, but yeah, this is where I started. I built over here. I started by building like small farms. I started by growing wheat, and then I grew carrots, and then I switched back to wheat, and then it stayed as wheat pretty much the entire time. I had crops growing down over here. Then I had cows there for a long time, and then I built up basically a frame for how I wanted this to go. It was basically a big square with one circle on each corner, and those grew into these towers and this wall. And then this was originally going to be a square, but that didn't make any sense, so I made it circular. And yeah, it's pretty much done now. Of course, I'm missing 2 pieces of wool here, concrete, not wool, 2 pieces of carpet. I don't know what happened to it, but it's gone now. And then shortly after I did the outline of this, I built a witch farm over here. The first portion of this video is basically going to be a continuation of, oh gosh, it's loud. It's going to be a continuation of what happened in my last video. It's just full of garbage. There's not going to be anything really interesting in here. If I'm lucky, there would be nothing in there. There's a very small chance that I would find a potion in that chest over there, but obviously there wasn't one there. And then when I first built this, when I set up my base originally, I had a nether portal over there, and I decided I didn't like that, so I built it up there. And I was going to dress that up, and I was going to make it look kind of like what they added in 1.16, those ruined portals. This was all like before they announced that they were adding that, so I was going to like cover this whole like mountaintop in netherrack, and then I was gonna get some like I guess like big claw looking things coming up and over, and like maybe not meeting but coming close together right above the portal. And then obviously that never happened. And then in the nether I have ice roads for boats that would lead to all my other portals, but that wasn't really necessary because on the server we have the /home command, so we can teleport around. And then this was my the second thing I found, and really my biggest project at the beginning of the server. It's my this is my guardian farm. It was designed by Iskal. As far as I know, that was his design. but I decided to build it for myself and my friends on the server. And then I added these 2 beacons, which give us, you know, give us strength, resistance, and regeneration. So I figured we wouldn't really need it. We wouldn't need much strength because all these guardians should be one-hit kills. And then I saw how Iskall added villagers to trade all the cod for emeralds. And yeah, I used this very frequently at the beginning, and then I decided that I just didn't like using it. So I just moved on. I built different XP farms, and I just never really came back here. I did, however, build the nether portal in there. It occurred to me that I didn't show off what the inside of my building looks like. I called it a castle. I don't really think it is a castle. And I set it up so that I could throw a trident in through right here, and it would hit a tripwire when it turned around to come back to my hand, and then I could just go inside. But then I lost my trident, so I installed the button. And then on the inside, there's a pressure plate, so that when I go out, I don't have to hit a button or anything. It'll be more convenient. Then right here, we've got a map of everything, everywhere I've built. This is where I started. This is starting base right there. This is obviously where the map is. There's, like I said, the castle, the witch farm I showed you earlier. Nether portal, it's very small, right there. Right here is the Wither Rose farm that I'll show you later. Here's a small turtle farm I made that would never work. The Guardian farm I just showed you a couple minutes ago. This was the idea I had for a shop that I was going to build. I never got around to building it or finishing it because I needed to build a concrete maker, which is right up here, but I never updated the map, so we're going to take that with us right now, and I'm actually going to show you the concrete maker I made. If I can just type in the command correctly. Boom, there you go. Map updated right away. It's raining. Fantastic. This is made by Ilmengo, and I copied it correctly, but the way the server works, you have to claim land, and then you have to set it up so that on that land you can light up TNT and it'll explode because they're afraid of like griefing. And I never had an issue with that. I never had an issue with this farm breaking. I mean, occasionally I would start it and it would push just a little too far. There we go. Alright, my connection's apparently a little bit dodgy right now, so I do things like rubber band, and I don't teleport immediately when I enter the command. But yeah, what I do is I would just place a block right here. I don't have any on me, so we're going to take this one, and I'll just place it right there, and it gets pushed almost immediately. It's a lot better without lag. And then it'll come down here, and then this piece of redstone is the thing that would get broken, because the push limit, apparently I made this so that it would go just one too far. And if this doesn't activate right away or doesn't activate fast enough, the concrete will come over here and break this, so this will break, and then it won't keep pushing. And then you also have a very minor issue, or at least I did, where this piston, or one of these pistons, wouldn't activate, so it would just keep going down here, and then over there the concrete's still there. And basically what would happen is it just wouldn't, the concrete wouldn't get pushed over, so it wouldn't fill in the center right here like it's supposed to. So you get this open thing. So if the TNT actually worked, it wouldn't light and it wouldn't explode very well. It'd be a pretty big waste, actually. And then I guess I do have that small issue where sometimes I'll teleport, and I'll teleport like into the block, and then it'll fix itself by sending me back over. So that was the TNT farm. This is my raid farm, and I guess that's what I'm going to show you next. So I'll be right there. So here we are at my raid farm. I built this a couple weeks ago and then immediately forgot I built it because I just never really used it because I had all the other emerald incomes, and then even I was using this the other day because I was bored, and it just collects garbage really. Like I don't need these. I definitely don't need these because of my witch farm, and then everything here is either it's mostly from witches, and then there's these which are from the pillagers, which I don't have a use for these, so I might as well just throw them away, but I don't really want to. And then Totems of Undying, don't really need because the server has keep inventory on, which I'm honestly not a huge fan of, but I can't turn it off. So it makes the Totems of Undying really just useless. But yeah, so I'd stand down here, and I'd be, excuse me, I'd be in range of that villager, which is in range of those villagers, which makes this a village, and then mobs can't spawn on that glass, or this glass, so they'd spawn up there on that ice. I either used packed ice or blue ice. I feel like I used blue ice because I thought that'd be faster. Because I realized this farm was built, I think, with packed ice in mind, but I just have a lot more blue ice, so I figured why not? I'll go all out on it. And then right next to this, next to the raid farm, the pillager raid farm, is my second guardian temple. Yeah, I got two guardian temples that were, I think, just like 10 or 12 chunks apart. So I came here, I beat everything, I cleared it out as you can see, and then what I planned to do was originally either build my shop here, or maybe like a villager trading hall, because I still don't have a proper villager trading hall set up anywhere. So I was going to put it here, and then I just didn't want to. Feel bad for that guy. I wonder if he knows. I wonder if he knows that the server's shutting down. Uh, anyway, let's go. Where shall we go next? I say the best place to go would be back to the castle, because I got sidetracked again. So, back to the castle. So we're back at the castle. We were just here, now we're all the way back over here. And I want to show you what I was going to do. Like, I had plans, like, from the entrance here, I wanted you, this is the main entrance, I wanted you to walk in and see my map, so I could kind of show off everything I've done. I'll get to this piece later. I feel like that's going to be interesting for you. And then this over here, not all that interesting, but might as well include it, because I had plans for that as well. So, and then this is the other way in and out, and it's, I was going to have just a wall here, and then it would continue off this way. This would be like my mudroom. I don't really know what a mudroom is, but I hear them talking about it in like property shows, so I was going to come around to doing that. I feel like it might have been interesting. And then like a small lounge, like a couple chairs, pointing towards like a table in the center. I plan to build like a big infinity room here. And when I say infinity room, you'll see what I mean when I go upstairs, because I've got a smaller one up there. But I never got around to building that because my sugarcane farm is in here. And then down there is the big part of the base that took 3 days to dig out. Like 3 full days. And then like several weeks of building farms that I will never use. And then, alright, so I had planned like a layout. That's what these signs are. Workshop, Mason. I plan to have masons in here because their stone cutter looks like it's a table saw, right? So I figured I could really decorate something like that. Maybe put in like a garage door somewhere over here. Oh, this villager has a mending trade. That's what the mending thing above him is. These carpets are on spawnable locations in the corner because these lights are mighty annoying. And then these are just in the background, that's just a white map on an item frame, because I feel like that makes it look a lot brighter, and I think you can agree with me on that. Here's going to be an office, so it's going to be walled off. maybe, yeah, definitely walled off, and then there'd be a door in that wall over there. So you had to cross my map. You had to come around my empire over to talk to me, and then I have like an office here, and that would really be it. Here, kitchen, and it would basically be like this entire area over here. Like there'd be the kitchen, and then like over here, there'd be like a kitchen. It would like wrap around, and then in the solid like corner of this, there would be a food storage area, basically a refrigerator. Right here, dining room, and then back over here is a larger living room, basically a lounge like we were gonna have over there. It would basically encompass this entire area from like here all the way around. Probably wouldn't show this, and then I would use some of my favorite fancy maps that I made. We'll get down to that in a minute. And up here, like I said, this is the infinity room. It's just a big hallway. Now it looks like it goes on forever, doesn't it? Like you can't tell where you are, and if I move around like this, see, I hit a wall. That's the only way I'm gonna be able to find my way out. Like I just walked into another corner. I'm sorry for making you look at me like this, and then see, it looks like we're in the corner, and it looks like we're moving, but we're actually not going anywhere. And I'm actually lost because this is a very confusing room. Where is? There we go. Oh, that's a roof, and here is. Oh, that means the item's gonna be on the roof now. Oh well. Where is the way out? Right here. I may be wrong. I was definitely wrong. I was really. That was okay. That's kind of embarrassing. That's actually what it was meant to do. It was meant to confuse anyone who walked in here and didn't know the way around my base, so they couldn't find my room. It's like a defense sort of thing that was just useless. And then right here, bedroom, obviously. Never gonna actually use it as a bedroom because I've got the single bed right here. That works just fine for me. And I was gonna have like an armor equipping station, and that was really gonna be it. A guest room, because I was running out of ideas for rooms. Like over here in this area, I was going to build a forge. I don't know why. That definitely feels like more of a basement, a lower level sort of thing. Or maybe I'd have like a small elevator. Definitely not an elevator. I'd have a staircase going up through there to get to there maybe. This is a library for librarians. I'd have a lectern in here to make sure they don't go anywhere. And then just bookshelves. I might store books in here. Probably not. This wouldn't be here because this would just be like the roof of the infinity room I was going to build down there. I figured I'd just make it really tall. And then over here, gallery plus music. So music discs and paintings because I was absolutely out of ideas. I might have put like a canvas with some of the maps I made. I'll show you some of the maps I made earlier too. And then down this way we can just fall down. Whoa. Yep. Pumpkin and melon farm. Lit up by a single jack-o'-lantern. It's really annoying, which is unfortunate, because it's also really productive, so that's the reason to keep it. So first two things I made down here, Iron Farm, Tango Tech Design, and then I built all these for my sheep, and then they all just spit out items to go into a water stream, into an item elevator, and it goes up into just the item sorter up there. Would occasionally break because I'd send too many items through at a time. Underneath the melon and pumpkin farm is a cactus farm. Over here is a villager breeder. This is a super smelter. It's just full of dried kelp right now. It's also all fueled by dried kelp blocks. And then I'd have coal in case I ever ran out of dried kelp, but I don't smelt enough, I guess, to make that necessary. That's mighty annoying. As you can see, one of the last things I built here is this slime farm and this bamboo farm. The bamboo farm is really inefficient, and that's basically how it works. You just saw it, the iron golem hitting the slimes that won't die very quickly from the magma cream. Up that way, that tall yellow thing is my. I'm not gonna be able to fly up there, am I? That's gonna be my. That was my bee farm. So I'm just gonna. I think maybe cut up to that in a moment or two. This is my cow farm because I need a lot of leather for my infinity rooms and my and big map projects because I like using maps a lot, even though they cause a lot of lag. That wasn't really my biggest concern here. Those buttons open a door to access all those over there, all the bee farms that I don't really use anymore because I got a surplus of honey. Right here is my idea machine. So I just throw in projects I want to do, hit the button, and it would randomly spit out the amusement park idea, which is something I also have to cover that I completely forgot about. It's really more of an abandoned project that I just never felt like finishing. I just did not feel motivated to finish that. So iron storage, up here we've got all of them, shulker boxes and blocks. I fell down the stairs. And up here, shulker boxes and blocks, all the wool, honeycomb. Look at all that honey, all the honeycomb. Once again, this is why I use so many stone slabs, because I have I have so much stone. Looks like my dog wants to go outside, so I'll come back. You can probably work out what everything's for. This is just storage for everything. It's really nothing exciting. Hidden in the wall. Now, hey, it's frozen. Alright, we're back. So, as soon as it's... Okay, it looks like Minecraft's gonna crash soon. That's really not very good. Hidden in the wall over there, underneath that little box, is a egg farm and a chicken cooker, which I never really connected to this. Like my cow farm, which I never really connected to this. I had a lot of storage up here for things I wouldn't even farm. Like wood, I wouldn't actually farm. I would just mine it on my own. This stuff, what even is this? I use it so infrequently, I don't know. I wanted to farm it. And then did that item fall over? It did fall over. So we're just gonna... This is chorus fruit. Why am I even asking that? Chorus fruit vines. Things I'd have to farm manually, so I just didn't do. And then this is just bulk storage with all the, just everything that didn't fit into other things. Like these melon slices, they just missed the sorter up there completely. This is just everything that didn't fit. This is a bunch of colored concrete, because I plan to sell colored concrete, and then I have no use to now, because there's no shop service ending. There's no point in creating all that concrete. And this is basically bulk item storage, more miscellaneous storage. And then all my empty shulker boxes are in here with cakes and discs that I got. And then horse armor and stuff. Bones. Sandstone, I don't know why. This is for custom enchants the server has. Like, on my helmet, I have glowing and aquatic, which you can see at the bottom of that list. That basically gives me night vision and water breathing. And then frog tickler, my silk touch pick. That's a very ridiculous name. Let's not talk about it. I gave it haste 3, experience 5, and obsidian destroyer 5. So what those do, obsidian destroyer gives you a chance to instant mine obsidian. Experience gives you experience occasionally when you break blocks, and then haste gives you haste naturally. So that's why I'm able to basically insta-mine any blocks. I mean, you can already insta-mine terracotta with haste 1, but haste 3 basically allows you to insta-mine anything other than like obsidian. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you my wither skeleton farm. Not my wither skeleton farm, I'm going to show you my functioning wither rose farm that is also an XP farm. That's unfortunate. No, go outside again, just have to do what you want. Just go outside. Wither. 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 Witherose Farm. So, it's not a very good door. First of all, this door on here doesn't really match the rest of the base. It's not centered. The rest of the build is not centered. It's got these. This building has these weird corners. It's got these tall things that go up like that, which I'm not overly fond of. But it works. It's not synchronized, but it works. And then up here, I've got a zombie spawner. Funny enough, this server has something that allows you to pick up zombies, pick up spawners with a special item that you get from combining like 8 blocks of diamonds, 8 blocks of emeralds, 8 blocks of 8 blocks of honey and 8 blocks of blue ice with like phantom membranes and a nether star and dragon breath. So it's really not. It's not like a beginning of the game item. So it's really just for doing things like this. So I'm just in range of the zombie spawner, which is above us. I think if I break this, it's right up there. We're like, I think 12 or 13 blocks away, and basically the zombies will come down. There'll be one-hit kills, so we can punch them for XP, and then I collect their drops on here. I have obviously a bunch of wither roses, and then a cleric to trade their flesh to, because I try not to waste anything. And then at the same time, flick this lever, open up this chamber, and you can see the wither right there. He can't really hit us from here, which is good, but he can hit these guys. So we just kind of get lucky, wait a little while, and eventually we get a bunch of wither roses. I don't have anything here right now. I've got it set up so that if I ever wanted to, or if I ever needed to restock everything, I could come in here. I could get my shulker box of like gold, diamonds, and whatnot. I don't have any sticks in there, so it wouldn't do me much good. But I could come here and I could farm zombies to fuel up or get like restocked on my gear, which I don't really need to worry about. But then again, having this here wouldn't really mean much because I have the skull farm, so there's no point really. And then these are just flash potions of healing for when I accidentally punch the cleric, because I will do that from time to time. And then over here, I built a tiny little turtle farm because I thought it would work out. It didn't, needless to say. But yeah, all I really wanted to do was find an excuse to build something like this. And then, hello there, little man. Right there. Oh, he fell in. Not worried about that. And then up here, I built a shack. Like I said. And then here, I got a chest and a crafting table. And then what I had planned to do was I had planned to put something here so that whenever I activated something, like if I put like a furnace here and started smelting something, then it would activate an observer, which would activate a flying machine, which would then take us down to like a much larger turtle related base. But That's not going to happen now. Hello? You have a trident. I'm going to kill him. Just because I want to know what would happen if I... I don't think he dropped his trident. If he did... Oh, he dropped his trident. That's honestly one of the more upsetting things that's happened today. Because I've been waiting to get another trident for 4 months now, and I finally get one. And I can't use it anymore. Or I don't have a reason to use it. So now I have to kind of live with the fact that that came at like the most inopportune time. So I think I should do next is show off my maps. The 2 areas I used for making custom maps. And then I believe that would be everything. It's not true. There is one more thing, one more like big base project I wanted to do. I had plans for this season to last pretty much forever. So I had plans to like do something I really enjoyed, which I'm going to show you right now. So it turns out that I was the issue in that last clip because I couldn't hear myself speaking because I had my headphones turned up so much. But this right here is my wither skeleton. Oh, hey, he's not supposed to be back there. This is my wither skeleton farm. He's really not supposed to be back there, though. And what would go on here, in case you couldn't guess from the name of the farm, we would farm wither skeleton skulls. And right here we've got 567 wither skeleton skulls. And I never really fought withers after I hit like 70. And then I ended up accidentally having a couple withers killed by zombies in a couple wither rose farm experiments. So I had more beacons than I actually knew what to do with, but no shop to sell them, so I just never did. These are shulker box loaders that I guess I'd come by and unload them very frequently, so there's nothing in there now. There might be a couple things in there, but nothing that's really gonna matter, because like I said, the server's being shut down, so yeah, so very simple design. You flick the lever, and then flying machines will sweep mobs into 2 columns up there, and then the flying machines will sweep them into 2 pushers. They'll push them into this chamber, and then I just kill them, like so. And it's very efficient. Like, I think before I built this farm, I killed somewhere around 300 wither skeletons, and then right now, that's not the right button, I mean to go to statistics, I've killed somewhere around, I think, 14,000, so we're up to 14,375 wither skeletons. And then this farm is really efficient, and I'm the only one online right now, so I wouldn't be surprised if I ended up with a bunch more skulls, because there's no one online to take up the mob cap. But yes, so that's really it. If you want to see the farm or build the farm, then obviously you can find it on Nembomb's channel. I mean, I'll show it off real quick, I guess. Oh yeah, I put lava down for lighting. But this is really what it looks like, and then I covered everything in smooth stone slabs because I had a bunch of smooth stone from when I dug out my my starter base. So here we are over at the failed blast chamber, and then just over this way, which you might have seen on the map earlier, maybe not have known where it was, but I marked out a bunch of areas where I was going to till all the land, and then I was going to plant crops. Like, this is obviously my wheat one. I was probably going to plant like carrots in that one, potatoes in one down that way, and then beetroot in that one over there. This one's just basically a big long one, And then this is a over here. If I can fly, there we go. This is just a small square one because potatoes and beetroot, I don't really have a big use for them, and they're really inconvenient to harvest, especially in Farming Simulator, which is basically what gave me this idea, because I was playing more Farming Simulator than Minecraft for a while, because I really enjoy Farming Simulator, but I don't really know how to record it, so I don't know how to market it, or not market it, but like make it work for the software I have and the computer I have. And what I was planning to do was I was going to have like a logging setup over here, like on like this little expanse right here. I was going to have like a small bridge over there and a small road leading to like little things in between the fields. Like I was just gonna make like I was gonna use path blocks and do like a two. I was gonna do basically something like something like this. Basically, it's just gonna be something like that, just going all around the entire expanse of my base. And then obviously never got around to that, and now I won't. I had plans for like a small farmhouse here. I might have even done like little animal houses. Like they'd have to be like not animal houses, but animal like pens and whatnot. Like right over here, probably next to the beetroot area, because or even just like across here, like just small little things right there. I might have even done horses, and I really don't like horses in real life. I don't know why. I'm not a huge fan of them. But yeah, I'm out of food and rockets now, so I guess we're going to cut to my last few locations right now. And here we have a wall of the biggest waste of time I did this season. I made a bunch of maps. I made, what is this? This is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I made 16 maps. You know how many I ended up using? This one. I ended up using that one and that one. And I didn't even use them for their intended this one was used for its intended purpose. This one was meant for an infinity room. Actually, they were all meant to be like sort of wallpapers. These up here were meant to be used for writing something I wrote out on a creative world, and then I was going to take those and create like Chinese characters with them, because it was like a this is what, half scale. I think that's it, because one pixel or one block, I guess, is equal to one of those maps. So it'd be one block or 4 blocks is equal to that one square area. And then I never got to write out those Chinese characters. I think they said police. And then this was like a custom wood texture I tried making. Obviously not very detailed. Also, why I have all this wood here. I just decided that this would be a lot more fun than anything else I would have done with that idea. Right here, this is a sign I made. You saw in my storage thing, my storage area. I wrote overflow to show where all the overflow items would go. Overflow. This right here was going to be my biggest project. I was going to build an amusement park for everyone, and I chose to do it like this I was just going to have it basically set up like a shop. I was gonna change out all the mycelium for grass, because I figured grass looks very vibrant, like in the jungle, like the grass in the jungle does, and I really like that. And then mobs would never spawn here, except for like a phantom. But other than that, I figured this would be really nice for like large gatherings on the server. And once again, it never happened. So I'm not going to finish this. It was a fun idea. I feel like I definitely would do it, except I'd want like a much smaller. Not, I'd need like a far smaller size, because this is, let's see, that's about 30 chunks of this, And I didn't really like that. That's 30 chunks across, and then that's, I don't know, 26 chunks across. So it's a fairly sizable area. And I tried to, like, I was gonna have big walls going up. I was probably gonna level it out after I did all this. So I was probably wasting my time just changing out the mycelium, because I was gonna end up terraforming most of this anyway. But once again, I feel like this would have been a really fun thing to see everyone play on, everyone participate in, and then obviously no one ended up getting to do it. So that's sad, but it was a fairly sizable project. Like, even this section right here took me several days to do, and I just did not have the patience to do it. That's it. That's pretty much everything I've done. I think that I might decide to change, but I might change, like, from doing, like, just playing on servers. Like, I could find a new server to play on, or I've never touched 1.16. I've seen it in videos. I've seen it on mostly people from Hermitcraft playing on 1.16. I'd see people in Hermitcraft playing on 1.16, and it looks like fun. And I hear people talking about you can technically start in the Nether and then work your way back to the overworld. And I'm thinking I might want to try that, except I don't know. I don't think I can just spawn in the Nether. I just have to teleport myself to the Nether and then just break the portal, I guess. Teleport myself to the Nether, and then I basically start there. So it'll be interesting, definitely, because if I can't find, like, a Crimson or Warped Forest, then I'm gonna be SOL. I have to find those before I can really start anything. And then if I die, I'd respawn in the overworld unless I could get a respawn anchor, which means I'd have to get gold armor. So yeah, I'd probably struggle in doing this, but I feel like it'd be a fun challenge. And then, yeah, it'd just be a fun new start. So, maybe new skin, definitely a new reason to make videos coming. I really want to get into making YouTube content, because I enjoy this. I enjoy playing Minecraft. I enjoy playing video games, and then I already talked to myself, so why not record it? Goodbye.